What is up, mortals? It is Rinni here, and before we get into today's video, there's something I'd like to say. I'd like to let you all know we have a merch store. Some of the items in it are only available for a limited amount of time. So, if you're interested, go into the description and check it out. Each purchase helps us make more content. Secondly, if this video hits 500 likes by the end of the week, we will continue this what if. Thirdly, if you didn't know, only 41.3% of you guys are subscribed to us. So please, hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon. Now with that out of the way, let's get into the story. In this what if, we will be exploring what if Kamado Tanjiro from Demon Slayer is in My Hero Academia. Tanjiro's quirk is known as breathing style, which is activated by breathing in concentrated pattern. By doing so, Tanjiro gains enhanced physical abilities and mental concentration. And he is also able to emit elements through mediums such as a sword. Tanjiro and his family lived in a small house in the mountains. They had never been a wealthy family, but they were happy. Every morning, Tanjiro would climb down the mountain with a basket full of coal to sell to the nearby town. And he climbed back up every night once he sold all the charcoal. This routine ends up leading to Tanjiro growing to be very strong. He was happy with his life, even though it was not very easy. However, this all suddenly changed one day. It had seemed to be an ordinary day during the winter, with pure white snow covering the ground. Tanjiro carries his usual basket of coal ready to go down the mountain to sell it. As Tanjiro's mother exits the house, she sees Tanjiro as he is getting ready to descend from the mountains. "Tanjiro," said his mother Kay, "your face is covered in soot. Come over here." She then proceeds to clean Tanjiro's face with a towel. "It's dangerous with all the snow. You don't have to go, you know," she adds. "Well, I want everyone to eat their fill on New Year's," replies Tanjiro. "So I'm going to sell as much charcoal as I can." "Thank you," replies Rei. While Tanjiro was talking to his mother, his brother and his sister approach him. "Big brother, are you going to town today?" asked Tanjiro's brother, Shigeru. "I'm going with you!" exclaims Hanako, Tanjiro's little sister. "No, you are not," Kei says. "You know you can't walk as fast as Tanjiro." "Mom!" Shigeru wails. "You may not," Kei replies. "Since he can't use the car today, he won't be able to give you a ride when you get tired." "Big bro!" Shigeru exclaims as he clings onto Tanjiro. "I want to go with you!" exclaims Hanako as she attempts to convince Tanjiro to bring her along. "I promise to help you!" "Thanks, Hanako," Tanjiro replies as he pats his sister's head. "But you are staying home today." "You too, Shigeru. But I'll get you tons of goodies, okay?" Tanjiro says to his brother. "Really?" Shigeru asks as he gets noticeably excited. "Yeah," Tanjiro replies. "And Hanako, I'll read to you when I get back." "Okay!" She replies, also getting excited with a wide smile appearing on her face. "Thank you so much, Tanjiro," Kei says, expressing her appreciation. "Sure, I'll be heading out now," Tanjiro replies. Tanjiro notices his other brother, Takeo, in the background, seemingly upset. "Takeo, will you chop as much wood as you can?" Tanjiro asks. "Yeah, sure, but I was hoping we could do it together," Takeo replies. There, Tanjiro says, as he pats Takeo's head, attempting to cheer him up. "What's with that all of a sudden?" exclaims Takeo, backing off as he was surprised by Tanjiro. "You're blushing, Take!" Shigeru teased Takeo. "Hey, you shut up!" Takeo replies, getting visibly angry at Shigeru's comment. There, Tanjiro says as he pats Takeo's head again. "I said cut it out!" Takeo exclaims. Tanjiro, Shigeru, and Hanako laugh at Takeo as he gets frustrated. Okay, Hanako and Takeo wave goodbye to Tanjiro as Shigeru shouts, "Come back soon, okay? Be safe, okay?" shouts Hanako. Tanjiro waves back to his family as he leaves. As he was leaving, Tanjiro gets approached by his sister, Nezuko, carrying Rokota, his youngest brother. "Big brother," Nezuko exclaims as she goes up to Tanjiro. "Hey, Nezuko," Tanjiro replies. "I was putting Rokota down for a nap, or he'd make a scene when you leave. He misses Dad a lot after he passed away, and everyone follows you wherever you go." Nezuko speaks softly as Tanjiro pats Rokota's head. See you later, Nezuko says to Tanjiro. Before we get back into the story, I would like to say we got a second channel called Anime Deep Dive. Anime Deep Dive goes over the hard facts of the anime presented. If you're interested in content like this, please go check the description below or click the eye icon on the top right corner. Now with that out of the way, let's get back into the story. Later that night, as Tanjiro returns up the mountain, Old Man Saburo warns Tanjiro that it is late and it will be dangerous in the night. After some convincing, Tanjiro decides to take up the man's offer, having a meal and staying at the man's home. The next day, first thing in the morning, Tanjiro returns home, climbing up the mountain. On the way up, Tanjiro smells the scent of blood. He always had a keen sense of smell. He dashes up the hill to check if his family is all okay. As he reaches his home, out of breath, he sees in front of the house the body of Nezuko and Ricotta. "Nezuko! What happened? What's going on?" Tanjiro shouts. "What happened here?" He notices that Nezuko may still be alive, feeling that she still has body heat. At the same time, he was looking into the house where he saw the brutal sight of what remains of his family after being beaten down by villains. He falls to the ground as he plummets into the depths of despair. However, Tanjiro gets up and carries Nezuko's body and runs down the mountain to seek the help of a doctor, not wanting to lose his last living family. He thinks, "Mom and Takeo and the others are already dead. I can't let Nezuko die as well." As he runs, the ice causes Tanjiro's lungs to start to hurt. But even in pain, Tanjiro continues, determined to save his sister. However, Tanjiro loses his footing and falls down the cliff. Luckily, there was a layer of snow below cushioning Tanjiro's fall. As the situation was getting dire, Nezuko awakens her quirk. Parts of her injuries begin to heal. Nezuko goes berserk upon waking up with the trauma of the villain's attack fresh in her mind and attacks Tanjiro. Desperately trying to defend himself, Tanjiro activates his quirk to dodge Nezuko's attacks. He tries his best to subdue Nezuko without bringing harm to her, but in the end, he fails. But luckily, there was a hero nearby, Eraserhead, who was returning from his duties. He uses his quirk to disable Nezuko's quirk, causing her to faint from the strain her body was under. He was about to arrest Nezuko, thinking that she was a villain, when Tanjiro stopped him, exclaiming, "She's my little sister! She would never hurt anyone!" Eraserhead then asked, "If that's true that she would never hurt anyone, then why is she attacking you?" "She may have gone berserk when her quirk awakened," replies Tanjiro. Eraserhead continues to question Tanjiro. "Then why are you two in the forest? Where are your parents?" "We lived in the mountains. My family were all killed by villains last night. When I returned home this morning, they were all dead. But Nezuko was the only one that survived, so I was bringing her to find a doctor," Tanjiro explains. After hearing that, Eraserhead brings Nezuko to the hospital. After doing so, he then asks Tanjiro to bring him and some officers to the crime scene. After seeing what happened, he noticed a similarity of the works of the villain, Muscular. He then tells Tanjiro that they will perform a funeral for his family, and asks Tanjiro what was he gonna do next. "I want to become a hero, so such a tragedy will never happen to another person again," Tanjiro replies, with burning determination in his eyes. "Very well, then I will train you to be a great hero," Eraserhead replies, seeing the determination and potential in Tanjiro. "You'll probably not be able to stay at your home from now on, so you can stay with me as I train you to be a hero." The next day, Nezuko wakes up, but due to the recent traumatic event, she could not remember what had happened. "She probably has short-term memory loss," says the doctor. "She will regain her memory someday, but even I'm not sure when it will happen. We will need her to remain here for observation for a few more days, and if we see her condition stable, then she can be discharged." For the next few days, Tanjiro stays by Nezuko's side, taking care of her with Eraserhead occasionally visiting to check up on them. After Nezuko got discharged, she and Tanjiro stayed at Eraserhead's house as Tanjiro gets trained by Eraserhead to control his quirk and use the binding cloth. Tanjiro also learns how to use a katana, due to his interest in swordsmanship. Eraserhead, thinking this would be useful for him to use as a weapon for combat situations where the binding cloth was not suitable. For the next 3 years, Nezuko occasionally gets nightmares of the incident, and Tanjiro went to school while he trained with Eraserhead. Learning how to utilize the binding cloth in combat, he later masters channeling his quirk through his weapons to maximize combat potential. He also joins a dojo, learning how to use a katana to attack, parry, and defend. He occasionally spars with Eraserhead, strengthening his combat abilities and gaining more combat experience. Sometimes, other heroes who heard about Tanjiro's situation would come and help Tanjiro with his training and improve his fighting style. From the training, he would learn a set of fighting techniques. He would call those techniques the breath of water. Every day, after training, Tanjiro spends time with Nezuko, trying to help her regain her memory. Eraserhead also teaches Nezuko to control her quirk and emotions so she does not go berserk again. While in school, Tanjiro was first bullied for not having parents, but after showing his strength to his classmates when he defended another kid who was getting bullied, thus gaining the respect of his classmates. Tanjiro is quite intelligent and quickly rose up to the top of his class. He was also the strongest in the class, even without his quirk. In the short span of 3 years, Tanjiro mastered the binding cloth and the usage of the katana. He was able to achieve such concentration to be able to use his quirk 24 hours a day. He no longer had the time limit of 1 hour a day from when his quirk awakened. He also perfected all 10 forms of his breath of water. He achieved an incredible level of speed, strength, and stamina, and sufficient endurance to fight for hours without breaks, but can occasionally push himself beyond the limit. Thank you all for watching the video to the end. Now there's a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, I'd like to let you all know that we have a merch store. Some of the items in it are only available for a limited amount of time. So, if you're interested, go into the description and check it out. Each purchase helps us make more content. Secondly, I'd like to thank our Patreon supporters for helping to fund these videos. Lastly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank the writer for this video, as well as the editors for this video. Their details will be in the description. If you're a voice actor, editor, or writer, or you're interested in becoming one of those, go to the Discord that is in the description of this video and hit up the head of one of those areas. We're always looking for members to join us. That's it from us for today's video, so thank you all for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're interested, and hit the like button if you liked the video. Until next time, peace out mortals, and have an amazing day.